Hey guys, Dale here, back with some more RimWorld, the Conclave series. And we just got back from a resupply run. You might notice that we did make our enhancements to the Solare. I have installed a grav field amplifier. We still do have two grav field extenders, so we just got rid of one grav field extender. But I was looking at this, it looks so stubby, so I might make it just a smidge longer, just to give it that like little bit more streamline effect. But we'll see. I'm like pretty satisfied with it as is. That being said, this is the first supply run that we've done where we did not fill up our storage completely. We added a ton more storage and it's just insane. We went from 0 plasteel to how much plasteel do we have? Folks are carrying some, I'm sure. So 5,000 plasteel. We probably hit up like, I don't know, 4 or 5 plasteel mining sites. Bedrooms on this guy are extremely impressive. We got a lot of plants down. We have our psychic emanator. I was gonna throw one more plant right there. We do have a tailoring workbench and a compact smithy just in case they need to do any equipment repairing while they're down there. And then I squeezed in a couple more mech rechargers. We haven't even painted them yet, so let's get that done. Over on the other side of the station, the Anathax has also gotten kind of the same kind of treatment. We're still kind of shuffling some things around, so we're going to move these Vanametrics over here. And we'll get this tailoring bench down here somewhere. Actually, we could probably just stick it right there, and then we'll also get them a little smithy, just in case they need to do any weapon repairing while they're out and about. But we're able to squeeze in more holding panels. It is powered by two bioferrite generators as well as the Vanametric power cells. Over on this side, we are powered by mostly Vanametric power cells and a couple, I think like a dozen GravCore power cells. And so we're overproducing a bit of power, but that's fine. Station-wise, we still are having crazy power issues, and I think the problem is that we have so many hydroelectrics. What I would like to do is put down some of these aggro cells, but we have to put these down on ship tiles, so I'm going to have to borrow someone's engine to shove in those rooms, but that should significantly cut down on our power. Of course, it's not going to be a perfect fit, so we'll fill in with some of the artificial ecosystem tiles or maybe some of these larger artificial ecosystems. We have built out our little stack laboratory. We're waiting on resources for sleeve caskets, and we made a little hospital. Everyone has at least one bionic arm and one bionic leg. I'm wanting to take the vac skin glands out of folks, so we're starting to make armor skin glands, like the middle tier one, and we've started extracting genes. We don't have very much Nutramine, but we have crafted a couple genes. I made a list of like my wish list, basically. Robust, strong melee damage, and then a bunch of awful things just to choose from. But we are making a xenogene that makes them heat intolerant, which is not going to be a problem in space, and it's not going to be a problem in general because we have amazing armor. And also gives them vac resistance. That way I can be less cautious. So I guess we will get the crew of the Anathax first, and then we'll start working on everyone else. We'll pull out vac skin glands so we can replace them with armor skin glands. And then the last kind of little update is you might notice that I evened out the crews. So we have 6 Anathax crew members, 6 Solaric crew members. Everyone else is just kind of like living on the Crucible. I figured we probably need to start. Why do you have a log instead of a gun? We'll fix that. I figured we need to start making space for a crew for our next ship. Potentially our last ship. Someone recommended that we should just make this one a grav bulk as well. It'll give us like more freedom with where we place tiles, not necessarily like a huge boost to the tiles that we can place. So we might make that change today. What we are going to do today for sure is we're going to hit up the North Pole. Where are you? For this quest site, we will go via shuttle. I think we'll send both crews since they won't have a gun or like a ship gun to like back them up. And actually, do we have all the guns installed that we need? Okay. Both ships are rocking kind of the same complement of guns at this point. We don't have to worry about like holding resources for refueling them or anything like that. That reminds me, I wanted to stick another battery right there just in case. But yeah, we'll let them rest and then we'll hop in our shuttle and we'll head up there right away. We might want to make some meal, which would be a good thing to do if we have a kitchen. You know what? We can just like make a little kitchen real quick and then we'll make some packaged survival meals. We're doing crazy on corn. So we'll send them in the shuttle with some meals since they're not going to have a ship to kind of like eat from. And then we will see what quest comes next. Well, we've got Go and Chun and the age reversal pods, so everyone is going to be under 30 now, which is great. Hopefully, like, no old age diseases soon. I've been messing around with some of the stuff down here. One of the commenters let me know that these grav field amplifiers actually let you extend the placement range for the grav field extender. So this guy is right at the edge of, wait, are you, does that count? Oh, so I guess as long as the middle of it is within range, this guy is technically in range of the grav engine. And then this extends all the way up to here. And so we put this at the very edge of that range. We have the mod that lets you install things from inventory. So I just uninstalled all the little grav field extenders so I could have a better idea of kind of like what this is looking like. I do want to stick another one of these down here so that we can really see how long the ship is potentially capable of being. I want to do a long ship, and then I think I want to do like kind of swept out wings. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. So then we can place another one right there. Let's go ahead and get our plans down. Just like that. I guess this is fine. Let's do that, and we'll leave a little nub out here just so that's easy for us to spot the middle. We're pretty low on... We've been buying grav cores like crazy, so we're good on grav cores, but we're pretty low on... This is where the grav light panel should be. Obviously very low on those, but we are crafting them as fast as we can. We probably need to go get some more vaxstone block. We blew through like 800 block pretty recently. I'll grab those gravstone blocks while these guys are de-agifying, and then we'll hit the North Pole. I just had to do a little hunting trip. Oh, we have a... Let's clear all that. That should have just been for animal corpses. Animal corpse, that's fine. Here, storage, we'll say it's normal priority. We'll say packaged survival meals can go in there. Oh, we could have made packaged nutrient paste. That's fine. I slaughtered a bunch of rhinos and elephants so that we could have meat to make these packaged survival meals. And we are good to go on packaged survival meals for a while now. I also just remembered we don't have very much research left, and the only things that we can like traditionally research is all the antimatter stuff. So I think it is time for us to begin. I've been holding this off because I wanted to focus on it. I have not ever played with antimatter annihilation, so let's go through it in detail together, I guess. We're hacking an Ultratech database with our long-range comms equipment and our multi-analyzer, right? Yes. And then once we've done that, what is the next thing that we need to do? Okay, so we'll hack and then particle accelerator. Where is the particle accelerator? Okay. Research how to build and operate a particle accelerator which produces antimatter canister. Okay. So initially I was just like, oh, we'll save this for the antimatter annihilation stuff. It might be a lot bigger than that, so I'm glad that we have these kind of huge areas that we are not sure what to do with. It might just be that this whole like southern part of the base becomes antimatter annihilation research laboratory. If that's the case, I would like to segment it off from the rest of the base a little bit. Like, I think it would be really weird for us to just have like, these rooms open up into like an antimatter lab. So what if 1, 2, give them like a more narrowed hallway than typical. That I think it makes sense to maybe do this. So we'll have like an east lab and a west lab. If we need both of them. Okay. Guess we'll throw some extra doors in there, and then let's do just like a big security door. Maybe right here. Okay, that feels just a little wonky. What if we did that? Does that make it feel any better? We curve it a little bit more. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's copy it. And then if we hit X, it will mirror it. And then we just need to rotate a little bit. We'll line these guys up. And then we will trim the excess. Okay, pretty happy with that. Okay, we got our first xenogerm created. So vacuum resistance, heat weakness. We've also been making neural stacks, so why don't we go ahead and install our neural stack as well while he's going to be down and under. Well, we just came back with a bunch of vaxstone. We finished our first research project there. Let's go ahead and start on the particle accelerator. Research that. Anything else? Are we able to queue up? We can queue up the turrets. Nice. Turrets doesn't actually get us anything. Then we actually have to like unlock each turret. Okay. Advanced melee. Sure. We had some of these early on, but I do like a Zeus hammer. Just for economics. Using the PowerNet console, send a signal directly through the power lines to instantly turn machines on or off. That is pretty nice. Okay, no weapons yet. And that's it. So, accelerator, turret unlock, advanced melee, and instant flick. If we take a look down here, antimatter, PowerNet. Okay. I want to do some things. I don't like this. Let's go ahead and move these components down here. We'll install this guy over here. Actually, we can leave those where they are. Using them too frequently, and we'll install that PowerNet right there. Shows detailed overview of the power network, showing where power is being used and produced. Also has the ability to switch machines on or off remotely. Perfect. Okay, so Tarsier just got a Xeno germ implanted, and a neural stack. Yes. Do we make them not high mates anymore? If they're not high mates, will the psychic bond go away? I would like for them to not be high mates. Buy it. Social. Learned level 12, so she would drop 8 points in social. You would drop 8 points in social as well. Your learned level is 13. Maybe for the high mates, do we have great social or anything yet? No, we don't. We have very attractive. We have standard body. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll hold off on the high mates for now. Lucien. I would like to do a special one for him that gets some psychic sensitivity, so I guess we'll order implantation on you. And that means we can also remove your back skin gland, and we might as well install a stack while we're at it. Okay, and then when you're awake, I think we've loaded the shuttle with packaged survival meals, or we're getting ready to. We'll head out shortly. Okay, I think everyone is ready to go. I'm not sure how much this shuttle holds, but we were able to send down a ton of Neanderthals, so I think we can get all of these folks in there. It's just like Fleeb. Fleeb needs a little counseling before he goes on a mission. Is that the case? Oh, he can't go because of this guy. Let's get rid of it just for the moment. Tell the rest of them to get in the shuttle. Okay. Is that them? Yep, they're all in there. Perfect. Actually, we'll leave that off for now because when they come back, they won't come in unless we draft them. Let's go ahead and launch. That's fine. We can be short some packaged survival meals. And how many hops is this going to take? No extra hops. Okay, so let's choose a landing spot. They are off. How quickly does this thing move? And not super fast, but I'm very excited to see what we find up there. Okay, we have arrived. This one's not embedded in a mountain, so that is nice. We can't quite zoom out to see all the threats, but I see 1, 2, 3 right there. Let's just pop in right there. Okay, so there we go. There's 4 of them. Are these mechanoids? They are mechanoids. Okay, so Marine and Go have the... what are they called? They're laser miniguns, and I did that because they have crazy low aiming time. 1% on Marine. If we take a look, part of that is trigger happy aiming time. 1%. Trigger happy mechanoid combat gear. Oh, the helmet. And he's a ranger. Oh. Go, did we give you a shooting specialist role? No. Okay, we need to do that, and then she'll also have 1%. That's crazy that he just can, like, fire back to back like that. Why don't you guys go ahead and move in? Those Zeus hammers to work. What is your range? What does your gun actually do? Okay, that gun shoots very, very slowly. We might give that to someone better aiming time. Okay, and where do we see entrances? Up here, I guess. Let's go ahead and do a combat command. Well, not combat, but like shooting. Okay, you guys are on your way. I feel like the laser miniguns just Don't stop shooting. Area revealed. Okay. Centipede burner. Oh, we got hit by a laser, I guess? Okay. Let's not have you guys search and destroy anymore. Matthew, can you extinguish that fire? What is this? Frozen centipede. That's wild. Okay, let's get in closer. Oh, the Tesla gun does probably like some EMP stuff. Okay, there was like that lightning coming in. Okay, why don't you guys pop in there? Oh, oh, the frozen centipedes woke up. Okay, so let's back up. I did not expect that. Just a little scary. You gonna come out, my dude? If we come in, we have a Tesla gun. Matthew, why don't you force the door open? And Doug, why don't you take a look into that room? Okay. We can keep going. Oh, actually, there's more frozen mechanoids down there. Well, I don't want you hitting the door, but I guess that's fine for now. We'll wait for people to get into position. And we'll pop into these rooms. Okay. We found something. Why don't you pop in there and pop in this way? Have you just peek? Oh, actually. Lots of moving mechanoids. So slow moving over all this junk on the floor. Doug is a little chilly. -79. What is the temperature here? -56. Not sure why you think you're chilly, my dude. Oh, it's malnutrition. Okay. We'll take care of these mechanoids. We'll let you guys have like a break. Pop some of those out. Let's make sure that you guys are in caravan. Okay, here's our thing that we need to research. Why don't you go ahead and study that? Oh, my dude. Everyone else but Cristobal up this way. Doug, just hold this door open. Okay. Oh, all of you are saying that you're chilly. Hypothermia. Oh, -20 indoors? Oh, it's freezing inside. Okay, Matthew, right there. Everyone else, just wherever you can be. Okay, you have successfully completed the quest, Cryptoforge Stern, and then we got a new one, Legendary Cryptoforge. After analyzing the data from both black boxes, we finally pinpointed the location of the last ship fragment, home to the legendary Cryptoforge. This ancient Ultratech workshop contains the lost knowledge and equipment necessary to craft cryptogear. Okay, let's jump. It's nearby. The Cryptoforge requires an immense amount of power to function, but the crash site still contains a dormant crypto generator. While it survived the descent, it only has enough fuel to run for 48 hours. Once activated, it'll begin a countdown to meltdown, wiping the entire fragment from the planet's surface. Along with the Cryptoforge, this time-limited frame means we must work quickly, crafting as much crypto gear as possible before the generators collapse. And enabling the crypto generator will also reactivate the ship's ancient defense turrets, providing much needed protection against the mechanoids that will inevitably arrive, drawn to the massive energy surge. Beyond the Cryptoforge, the ship's interior appears remarkably intact. The sealed structure has preserved valuable resources, food, medicine, as well as functional sleeping quarters, recreation area, and other remnants of Cryptoforge technology. The environment will still be harsh, but the crypto generator will power the ship's heaters and lights, making the space more suitable for extended work. One crypto sleep casket remains occupied. Whoever is inside has been frozen for centuries. Freeing them could prove useful, though it's not essential to our mission. This is our one and only opportunity. Once the generator melts down, the Cryptoforge and its secrets will be lost forever. We must establish a strong defense, make the most of our limited time, and craft as much legendary crypto gear as possible before our time runs out. Okay, that stresses me out, but we're there. We're basically at the end of that. So we'll have to see how much Cryptoforge gear we can get. You guys are good to go. There are mechanoids over here as well. We'll let them eat, and then we'll see what we can do about as much scavenging of flag as we can do, and take these mechanoids out. Okay, we're wandering around this side of the ship. There's also just a bunch of other rooms that we haven't explored yet, so I guess we'll pop those open. Matthew and Doug, why don't you guys go ahead and search and destroy? Matthew, why don't you... can't quite jump in yet. Jump in. Okay, Matthew up here. Doug has somewhere to be, so we will follow him. Oh, actually, Matthew... Cristobal, Insane Ramblings. Have you go that way, and then the rest of us will follow Doug for a moment. Frozen crate of medicine. Oh, are there more of those? We'll take those. Rations? Sure. Go ahead and open that guy up. And... not sure where you're going. We do have a room over here we haven't discovered yet. Oh, there's a turret in there. Okay, go ahead and force that guy open. And let's wander down this way. Just keeping an eye on the hypothermia. It is very cold inside this ship. Oh, why don't you guys come help? And can we make it down there? No, we can't. Why don't you force that open? Okay. And then Doug, you're coming over to help as well. Why don't you force this guy open? Okay. Okay, a few mechanoids in there. Oh, Matthew, come melee attack this guy. Another orbital criminal. Oh, come on, you guys. Oh, that's why they didn't make it. Okay. But that is good, I think. Oh, hypothermia. Will, what are you doing? Oh no. Will, how are you? Oh, because you're one of my folks that did not have a vac skin gland. Who is nearby? Damon? Get over here. Probably. Oh, actually, right there. Right there. Go ahead and help. Who needs rescue? Colonist needs rescue. Zoe. Too cold in the ship. Too cold in the ship. Furniture. You're down. You're down. Doug, rescue. Glebe, rescue. Go. Zoe. Matthew, rescue. And then everyone else undrafted, get out of the ship, please. Orders. Unforbid the things. Oh, Matthew, you're rescuing. Doug, you're not rescuing. Extreme. That's crazy. Okay, we need to pay attention to that. Doug's down. Rescue. No, don't strip him. Don't strip him, please. One of you. Darius. Shimmering. Okay. Well, let me just babysit these guys for a little bit, and then we'll get them home. Okay, we have finished the particle accelerator. These guys are doing all right. They're just kind of like getting our haul. 183 class steel, and we're not done with that. 17 components, 7 advanced components. That is all pretty nice. Let's take a look at what this particle accelerator looks like. It is freaking huge. Okay, well, we need pillars here. So I guess we'll move those back, and then we'll mirror that over on this side as well. And then we'll get a particle accelerator down on one of those. We are loading up in the shuttle. We are heading home. I'm fine with doing some packaged survival meals. We are not able to get into orbit and home in one shot. So I guess we do a little landing right here. Currently have 400 but need 738 for a return flight. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That should be fine. Note to self, make sure that we bring fuel next time we fly to the poles, just in case. And then from here, it's just a straight shot up. So that is great. We have our pillars down. We'll get these deconstructed, and then I would like to see the particle accelerator. So we'll close out the episode with that constructed. We'll take a little peek at what it can do. Well, we had to move the pillars again because this is much larger than it looks. So I guess we'll do the same thing here. And, oh, what is the resource cost on this? 650 steel, 80 gold, 150 plasteel, 18 components, 3 advanced components. That is not bad at all. Okay. Go ahead and deconstruct those, I think. We will keep things at high speed. Oh, why did that depressurize? We have roof. Oh, did it? It probably collapsed, and then they built the pillar, and then they rebuilt the roof. So we're getting back to pressurized in that spot. Hey, little bot, no offense, but maybe someone faster? Nietzsche? Why don't you have a look at it? Okay, and this is so close to... I kind of wish I would have built it maybe right there, but I don't know if it's gonna like block things. Okay. Oh, nice. We also finished turrets. Get this conduit in place. Guess we don't need that conduit. This thing, power needed 100, grid excess, we're fine. Fuel, it takes plasteel as fuel, target fuel 40. Rips electrons from plasteel and accelerates them to the speed of light. When these electrons collide, they have a chance to produce a tiny amount of antimatter, which is used in an antimatter reactor. Okay. Well, we've got it. It barely fits inside, but we have it. It is fueled, producing 2 canisters per day. I'm gonna lower this down. Target fuel level 30, 10.6 hours until next antimatter canister. I think we have some... Oh, we have antimatter composite from a really early raid. It's... Oh, God, it's been so long since we've had a raid from these guys. Whenever I'm out mining steel and plasteel and stuff, usually it is tribe or clan Stavarok that comes for us. Okay, I want to think about this. My game plan for tomorrow is we'll talk about what the game plan is going to be. And then additionally, I don't think we've been like taking advantage of our vassalages enough. I have been grabbing them to get like steel occasionally, but let's go ahead and hit max on plasteel. Let's see how much plasteel that got us. Probably like 2,000. 900, not even 1,000. I think it's so easy for us to take vassalages. So Clan Savarok has kind of been a pain in my butt, and they are bordering the Empire down on this side. So why don't we maybe take over some of the outskirts here? We'll leave like a little bit of a buffer between us and the Empire, just so that they don't get too curious about what's going on. You might also notice that I have the borders turned off, and the reason for that is like when we're on our space map, we see the borders in the background, and it kind of flickers and stuff. So we'll turn the borders back on when we are working on destroying the Empire, just so that we can see what our progress looks like. That's going to be it for today. Thanks so much for hanging out, you guys. As always, until next time, have a good one. Bye.